What's up, semen retention? Terrible things happen to men that distract themselves while being lonely. Now, I've said this in a whole handful of videos talking about how being alone doesn't inherently just bad for you. Whenever you have bad habits and you're distracting yourself, that is when being alone will hurt you. Being alone doesn't hurt you just because you're being by yourself, right? And I guess in some extreme cases it could, but if you're by yourself and then you have a strong and healthy mind and you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing in life, you're gonna be thriving by yourself, right? You're probably gonna be doing even better than if you was around a lot of people or if you had a girlfriend or whatever, or a lot of friends. So you can be thriving when you're alone, but you also can be, you know what I'm saying, destroying yourself and hurting yourself if you're alone and then you're lazy and then you don't take care of yourself and then you got bad habits, right? So I just want to get into how it really hurts you because it's happening to me firsthand. Whenever you waking up and you can't control yourself sexually, so you masturbate and watch porn, and you do that when you wake up, and then you're out of shape. You either don't have a job or uh you're not really making money the way you want to make it, and then you don't even know what you want to do. You don't have much purpose to what you want to do with your life, and then on top of that you're by yourself all day. That is what literally causes people to become depressed and hate themselves, and you know what I'm saying, want to hurt themselves, right? And so you got to think, when you do that over a long period of time, and like the longer and longer you do it, the worse and worse you're gonna get mentally, and you're mentally destroying yourself, right? And so when you just look at people like that, or when you really look at that, I see that it's and I don't know every man, but I know a lot of men go through that, right? They really do, because I have been in positions where I be like, what I'm gonna do with my life. Like, I've been in positions like that, right? Obviously, you know, and I'm starting to just look at it and I'm like, we gotta have more men getting on semen retention. We gotta have more men having a relationship with God, and we need to have more men getting in communities with each other. And I was just thinking, uh, I want to make some type of community or something or whatever with men, but I understand this is all through the internet. I want to do something in real life with people. You get what I'm saying? And that's what make me feel bad sometimes, because I do neglect good friends sometimes, and that's just a bad thing that I've done before. I've neglected people that was genuinely good friends or whatever, and that made me feel bad that I've done that. But we need to have more men in real life coming together with each other, uh, and actually we need to have more men that pursue women. And I'm starting to get more in the mindset of like, you know, I just recorded a video talking about it, but and I didn't want to make it purely about just getting girls, but we gotta have more men that do that, that walk up and talk to girls too, because some guys gonna call that cringy or this and that, but we gotta have more people, more men that's being proactive about their life and not sitting and doing nothing and being alone all day and not talking to anybody, right? And I think at the end of the day, when you have people you can call and you know what I'm saying, they generally know who you is and you generally know who they is, and y'all just like minded. I think you start to find more guys that you start to have a happier life. You know what I'm saying? You start to have a brotherhood with men, and then you also just have stronger connections with people. You got people you love. You know what I'm saying? And then I just think when you get alone, man, this is what the generation of young men are going through nowadays, because we're getting out of touch with dating. We're not walking up and talking to girls no more. We're being more isolated with a lot of things, stuff that I firsthand go through, and I fight against not being that way, And let me just be real with you. I still like go through a lot of stuff where I isolate myself. You know what I mean? And I'm just being real about that. And it's not good, because yesterday, like last weekend or the weekend before last, I believe I went to the beach with my cousins, and I believe Friday I was with some of my friends in my cousin's house. Was watching a movie. But yesterday I could have went to my brother. He's more social than I am. He goes out and does a lot more than I do. Uh, I could have went to like a pool party yesterday, and I know you go to a pool party, man. It's gonna be girls there. Like it's gonna be girls there, right? And that could have been an opportunity, but I just was like acting too weird about it, man. And that's the thing that I be messing up with for real, like because it be so many opportunities that I have to go out and be around a lot of pretty girls and stuff like that. But I really just like I be sitting at the house and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which I don't need to do that. I either go and work out or come back home, make videos, or you know what I'm saying. And yeah, no, that's one thing I have to work on. I'm gonna make more videos about cold approach and stuff because I'm gonna end up. I know I'm gonna have to cold approach a lot of girls. I'm gonna do that. But also it's just be opportunities to get yourself around. You know what I'm saying? More people. I ain't girls and boys. Like you know what I'm saying? Go and get around more people. And I advocate that men need to do that. But I know I also I feel like a hypocrite sometimes because I go against what I want to happen, but that's kind of with everything, you know. Years before I got on semen retention, I was still struggling, you know what I'm saying, relapsing and stuff. And, I feel actually free now that I'm on day 12 of semen retention. And this is my longest streak I've ever been on. I actually feel just more free, and I feel like I'm actually just going out and changing my life, right? And so yeah, man, we gotta get in more opportunities to be social, to get around people, to stop being lonely. Uh, but I'm not saying that being lonely is gonna hurt you. But if you're gonna not take care of yourself and not focus on yourself while you're being alone, then don't be alone. And don't be alone. Don't just try to. I'm not trying to make it seem like, well, if you're not gonna take care of yourself, then go out and be around people. Go out and be around people and take care of yourself. But I'm saying if you just gonna be by yourself the whole time, you get what I'm saying? Then you need to lock in more with yourself. Whenever you're around more people and you're locked in with yourself, you know what I'm saying? It's just kind of it's a slightly different dynamic, you know. It's not like you focus 100% on yourself. You kind of focus more on kind of relationships with people. I feel like something closer to that, but when you focus on yourself, you get more into a relationship with you taking care of yourself and you loving yourself, and so yeah, man, I mean that's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.